I've long felt that Trump's superpower is a lack of shame. And you see
Huge.
it when, when he'll be up on a town hall stage or a debate stage or in an interview with a reporter, and he'll say 2 + 2 = 5, and we'll get fact checked and we'll just keep barreling through. Or when there's a controversy and he doesn't apologize for it, when any other politician in the history of politics would.
But I think, and that means, it's going to be a challenge for those who are doing the debate in June. I mean, I think it's journalistic malpractice to do a live interview with President Trump on television. Because
what do you
again,
think
because
about because it sounds like the debates are going to have, they're going to have there's no audience. They're allowed to cut the mics. What do you think of the parameters around
that
this
helps?
debate?
I think that helps a bit. I don't know exactly how the mic thing is going to work. I mean, we'll see. But I do think that those conditions help a bit. But it's still a very, very complicated thing to do. And it's also, one of the former president's techniques is also simply to keep on changing the subject. I think that's something that has always been perilous, a challenge for interviewers, but the same thing will happen in the debate. I mean, I, for one, don't believe you can pretend that refusing to accept the 2020 election is on a par with other issues. Right. It's kind of
it's the fundamentally one.
It's as fundamental as it gets. Is that going to be put in the proper context in the debate? I think that's one of the big questions.
Right. And do you think that CNN's hosting the first debate, ABC News is hosting the second?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that that these networks are prepared and are going to be able to handle this in an effective way, or do you fear that we might have a repeat of the Chris Wallace-hosted debate from 2020?
We're moving on.
He didn't take them.
Well, Vice President,
Chris, can I be honest? It's a very important question.
Try to be honest.
No,
he stood up.
No,
he stood up
the answer to the question is no.
Ukraine.
No, sir.
With $1 billion, if you
that
get rid
is
of
absolutely
you know what, you're,
not
stop.
true.
You're doing it.
You're going to have
tape.
True,
gentlemen. I hate to raise my voice, but it seems to be. Why shouldn't I be different than the two of you?
It really was. So, I mean, that was the worst presidential debate in American history. There's it's beyond any question. I think CNN will be prepared. I think ABC will be prepared. But it's completely uncharted waters. And, a lot will depend on, the demeanor of both candidates as well. But for me, the touchstone is one I just said about how I do think that the election issues around 2020 are far and away the most important issue on another scale to everything else. But the watchword should always be, are we doing something here which makes the abnormal seem normal? And that should be the prism between, I think, which you should run all of your thoughts about covering the president and the debates and things like that.